This right here is my favorite lens for micro four thirds, the little, fast, nifty-50 Speedmaster 25mm f0.95. My copy sure has seen better days after falling out of a moving car at speeds of at least 40 miles per hour, but it still performs like a dream when it comes to the final results. The build quality is solid enough, and it comes in a super awesome leather box, which I've never seen before. The thing is tiny too for what it is. Its size can actually make it kind of hard to operate. The aperture ring is clickless, but it's almost a little too loose and imprecise to use accurately, especially at the smaller apertures. And the focus ring is surprisingly short as well. But it's just long enough for manual focus. When it comes to the image, there are a few qualities to watch out for. The chromatic aberration and color fringing can be ruthless. The corners are dark wide open, and the edges of the frame are not just blurry because, you know, they're not as sharp, but they're actually on a different focal plane than the center, meaning your wide open corners will always be just a little bit soft, unless you specifically focus for them. But if you do that, then your middle will be soft. Flare can also be extreme for certain types of work, and the wide aperture catches light from basically every angle. And with no included lens hood, there's not a lot you can do. It's not a perfect lens, nothing really is, but it has almost as many technical problems and issues as it does character. And it has a ton of character. If you do get something in focus, with the razor thin depth of field, it is sharp. It's even sharper than some of my Voigtlander lenses in the middle at f.95, and has some really amazing colors. Contrast is low wide open, but that gives it a really cool vintage feel despite this being a pretty modern lens. The flares can be intrusive for corporate work, but for short films and music videos, they can look amazing and can be used in really creative ways. If you stop down anywhere from f2.8 to 4 and all the way down to f16, this thing gives you some pretty awesome sun stars too, due to the number of aperture blades. It's got tons of bokeh too, and once the background is well thrown out of focus, it is among the smoothest I've ever seen. Even when something is only slightly out of focus, it provides a interesting gritty look, which I've never found distracting, but I can see how some might. It can focus extremely closely for its extreme parameters and tiny size, and give you some striking close-ups with about as much background blur as you could ever want on any sized sensor. It also counteracts the main drawbacks of the GH5 Micro Four Thirds system, giving us full frame background blur and more light with which to reduce the infamously noisy sensors of these Micro Four Thirds cameras. While this isn't the most expensive or the cheapest, the biggest or the smallest, the best or the worst lens for the system, it certainly has been and still is my favorite lens. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really can't say enough good about this flawed little tiny speed demon here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Please let me know if you have used this lens before and what your experience was with it. I also want to hear, what are you guys' favorite lenses? I don't mean your workhouse lens like Sigma 18-35, Panasonic 12-35, but like a lens that, for reasons that might not even make sense, is still your favorite to go out and actually use. Lastly, if you want to see more on the GH5, filmmaking, videography, weird little lenses like this, please subscribe so you can get notified when my new videos go live. And once again, thank you for watching.